Hello everyone and welcome to today's class, and today in Peace week 9 we're going to be talking about personality. Now last week I mentioned about we're changing the way we're doing classes, and this semester is going to be all online. I really want you to have a chance to speak with each other, so I'm going to change the class a little bit for the next couple of weeks so that we do like 25-30 minutes online class, which will take about 50 minutes when you're just doing the grammar practice and the vocab practice. And then we're going to spend the second part of class having Zoom. So you will need the worksheets that are provided on Google Docs, like the Google Drive that I've provided. So just use the worksheets to ask your partners questions, and don't worry, just have a chance maybe for a couple of minutes to get to know each other, but then we're just going to go through. So I'm really sad that we don't have classes this semester. I prefer teaching face-to-face, and I think that learning together is, a better experience when we can be near each other, talk to each other, see each other, and interact with each other in real time. Whereas online classes doesn't give me the same kind of class that I usually do. So I'm sorry if class has been a little difficult for you. I'm sorry if I haven't been able to speak to you as much as I would like. But just because of this situation, this semester has been really difficult for everybody. So I want to say sorry, and I really wish that I could have a class together with you in person, because it's such a better experience to have class together, and you get to meet so many people and make friends. So honestly, I'm really sad, because I come to school no problem, but this is the situation we're in. So I'm sorry. Really, I'm sorry, and I just look forward to having a good semester, or online, as much as we can. So everybody, let's start today's class. Now here we are. Today we're going to study chapter 7 from Top Notch, and the pages are 75, 76, 80, 78. Now in the second half of the semester we only have 7 weeks. 1 week will be the final exam. 1 week we'll be doing a speaking activity with me. There'll be like a review week, so there's only kind of like 4 weeks to study. So we study hard, we do everything that's on the final test. I'm not gonna waste your time, so these pages are key pages today, so make a note. Ding. So let's go on. Now page 75 is just all about personality, and in Zoom class you're gonna talk to your partners and ask the questions. I'll go through the questions one time so that you can hear it. But the idea is in class time, like Zoom class, you'll just ask all the questions that are on the worksheet today. So first of all, which color best describes you? So you think of a color and you'd say it. What color makes you feel happy? Okay, easy to think of a color. Which color symbolizes love to you? So, is it black heart, or is it a red heart, a pink heart, like this? Or any kind of color you want, really. Next on, what color makes you feel blue or tired? Which color makes you angry, associated with anger? What color would you paint your bedroom? What color would you choose for your car? What color makes food delicious? And what color is your favorite t-shirt, hoodie, or dress? What color would you like to dye your hair? Like 염색 or 탈색, whichever you want to do. Then you can do it this way. These questions are going to be in, that's right, Zoom class. So for now, don't worry about the answer. If you look at class early and you want to write the answer down, sure. But you're going to talk to your partner, and you're going to maybe write down your partner's answer, talk together. So don't worry about that. Now we're going to go on to the first part of class. And here we are. It's the photo story. So I'd like you to go through the photo story and answer questions C, D, and E. But to begin with, I'm just going to ask you a couple of very simple things. So first of all, just looking at the picture, do you think they know each other? Where are they? What do you think they're talking about? So just look at the picture. And that's right. Yep, they look like they know each other. Yep, they look like they're in the living room, and they're looking at colors in the last picture. So maybe the wallpaper is terrible. So that's right. So you can see in there it's really terrible color, like vomit color, right? So they're obviously talking about changing it. Now, when you read it, I want you just to answer some basic questions. So you can see they're above me. So what are they talking about? I've already said the answer. Number 2, do they like the wallpaper? Number 3, what color did Chelsea want to paint the walls? Why didn't Chad like the color? What colors did they discuss? And what color do they choose? So pause me now. Just write down the answer anywhere. Pause it. Okay, so first one, they're talking about replacing the wallpaper. Number 2, do they like the wallpaper? No, nobody should like that. Number 3, pink or soft rose color. Why didn't he like it? He said it was too feminine. The next one, blue and white. And final choice, white. White is a color that's very light and open, brings light to the room, and it's a very neutral color, so everybody can appreciate it. So it's not too strong, and it's good for most rooms. So what I'd like you to do is to try to write down some of the answers. Now, D and E, I've actually made it so that you can write on your worksheet. So if you look at your worksheet, you can see you can write here your answers. Just because if you try to write in the textbook, there's not enough space. So you can write in the textbook, that's okay, or you can write on your worksheet. So what I want you to do is to paraphrase. To paraphrase means to change some words but keep the same meaning. So what I'd like you to do is just to look at it. I'm just pulling your leg, and change the words but keep the same meaning. Number 2, I'm not sure the furniture would go with it. So we're going to change would go, okay, to something that's similar. Good point. So paraphrase, change it but the same meaning. And the last one, maybe we are on the wrong track. Okay, so you want to change it but keep the same meaning. So pause me now. And let's try. So number 1, you can pause again if you don't understand. Let's look at the first one and then we'll do it. So number 1, I'm just pulling your leg. Paraphrase, I'm just joking. Pulling your leg means to kid around or to joke with somebody. So if I'm paraphrasing, I'm changing the words but keeping the same meaning. So I'm just pulling your leg means I'm just joking. Next one. If you need to pause and do it, that's okay. Next one, I'm not sure the furniture would go with it. So we're changing would go. So would be a good match or look good with it. Same meaning, different word. The next one, good point. That's true. Good observation. Great. That kind of thing. And the last one, maybe we are on the wrong track. Maybe we're not looking at it or thinking about this correctly. If you're on the wrong track, you've made the wrong choice. So many times, this was maybe from trains, like 200 years ago, and people are going on the wrong track, the wrong direction. So maybe I want to go to Busan, and I end up in Mokpo. It's the wrong direction. It's the wrong track. So that's the meaning, is like you've done something wrong. Like I was supposed to go to Busan, but I'm in Mokpo. So I've made the wrong choice, or something's gone wrong. So if people are on the wrong track, we can think about like the bad decision, the wrong choice that they've made. So in this case, we could say maybe we're thinking about this incorrectly, or we're not doing this right in this case. Let's go on to the next one. Now, part E, it's talking about how we know it's false. So the first one, it says Chelsea still likes the wallpaper, but we know it's false. What does she say? So what I'd like you to do is just to write down what they say. And this is called direct speech. So what do they say? In this case, Chelsea says, I'm getting a little tired of this wallpaper. If you're tired of it, you're bored of it. Maybe you're tired of my voice or seeing me. Okay, but what I want you to do is I want you to try to think about how do we know they're false. So look at the dialogue and just write down how we know that it's false. So pause it now. Okay, so number 2, Chelsea didn't want a rose-colored living room. Chad says, you wanted pink. Next one, Chelsea truly thinks that blue is too masculine. Chelsea says, I'm pulling your leg, silly. Blue would be great. Chelsea thinks that the blue Chad likes will go nicely with the furniture. Chelsea says, I'm not sure the furniture would go with it. Chad would like to buy new furniture. Chad says, I'd hate to have to get new stuff. He doesn't want to buy it. Number 6, it's Chelsea's idea to paint the living room white. Chad says, all of a sudden, I'm thinking white. It's his idea. Number 7, they agree the furniture wouldn't go with white. Chelsea says, it goes with everything. All right. So hopefully you managed to write those answers down. Let's go on to the next one. The next part is on page 76. And it's all in this textbook. So on the textbook, we're going to do the top part on here. You can see at the top there. And you can see that it's all about gerund and infinitives. This grammar point is all about verbs that function as a noun in the sentence, usually as the direct object. Now, first of all, I'll explain each one. Gerund, how to make it. Infinitive, how to make it, like this. And then give you some examples. What we're going to do is we're going to go through this today. So, gerund means having like ing form of a verb. So you'd be like, oh, gerund is easy to see. ing. So in this sentence here, it says she enjoys painting. Okay? So the verb is to enjoy. Paint with ing, like to paint, makes it a gerund. And that's the object of the sentence. So the subject is she, verb is enjoys, then painting, the gerund, has acted as the object of the sentence. So in this case, I've got another example. I don't mind repainting it. So what's the subject? I. The verb is negative, don't mind. And then we have the gerund here. So we have ing, repainting it, like that. The idea is a gerund, as you can see here with the first example, the subject is she, the verb is enjoy. The final part, painting, that's right, that's the gerund. Now, when you do the simple present tense, enjoys, so be careful, like she enjoys, I enjoy, like that. But what we do is we usually have a verb, and then it's followed by another verb with ing, the gerund form. And that's what we're going to do. So here, painting is the direct object noun. So we're talking about it in the sentence. So gerund, you have verb followed by another verb with ing. So you could say, she enjoyed painting in the past. She enjoys painting, the present. She will enjoy painting for the future. So the first verb follows the normal rules, but the second, the gerund, is just with ing to make it into the object of the sentence. Now let's have a look at infinitive. Infinitive is verb followed by to and the base form of the verb. So, and again, we'll look at this one. He wants. So he is the subject. Want is, that's right, the verb. And here is to paint. This is the infinitive. So he wants to paint the kitchen yellow. So you can see the infinitive form here, to paint. So if we look at the second example again, I'd like to repaint the kitchen. The subject, I, the verb is would like, and to repaint is the infinitive form. So as you can see here, this sentence is easy to follow. So again, phrase a bit, and you can see here, he wants to repaint the kitchen yellow. Subject, he. Verb, wants. And remember, the simple present tense one. So he wanted, past tense, no problem. He wanted to paint the kitchen yellow. He will, doesn't work, right? He will paint. It doesn't work. So you have to be careful. Sometimes with the infinitive, you have to be careful about how you write it. So he wants to paint the kitchen. He wanted to paint the kitchen. No problem. He will paint the kitchen. So in this case, you have to be careful with the infinitive. But for most of the time, it's easy to see. And for our case, it's like a pattern. So again, phrase a picture. I'm in the middle now. I'll make me smaller as well. You can see here, if the first verb in the sentence is any of these, you always follow with the gerund, the verb ing. If the verb is these ones, then you always use the infinitive afterwards. So to and the base form of the verb. So it's easy to follow this. You just have to think about which one. So if this is the first one, the first verb, then you follow it with the gerund, the verb ing. If this is the first one, you use infinitive. Remember, infinitive, to and the base form. Now at the bottom here, you can see the black and the red. These share each other. So it can be gerund, it can be infinitive. It's both correct. So they share. You can use both of them. So gerund form, infinitive forms at the top here you can see, but at the bottom they share. Everybody is together. Sharing is caring, okay? So free hug everyone. So let's try and figure this out. So remember this, it's at the top in the textbook, but this screen will help you. I want you to try to do the practice. So when you look at it, you just have to go to the grammar practice and you just have to follow it. Now they tell you the verbs to use. They say want and make. So it says everyone, want and make. So look at the table, find want over here. So we know that the second verb, make, is going to be followed by the infinitive, right? So in the first one, everyone, so everyone, is that singular like me? Or is that everyone plural for everyone? That's right, it's for everyone. So everyone wants to make. So if you follow the grammar, you'll see that the first answer will be wants to make. So I'm not going to help anymore. I'm going to let you go through them. Just be careful with a couple of them because they might try to trick you. But the idea is just follow the box and it'll be like super fine. So pause me now and let's go through it. 2. Suggest following. 3. Decide to be. Don't feel like socializing. Learn to show. Don't expect. To become. Would like to meet. Be sure to ask. Enjoy talking. Avoid talking. Practice asking. Begin telling or begin to tell. Both are correct. They can share it. Decide to get together. Plan to do. We have one more, right? Don't mind trying. Perfect job. You did it perfectly. I know you did. Right? Hopefully we're okay. Hopefully we're all on hot. So that's the grammar practice. Now, it's time for a break. So everybody just take a break. You know, it's easy. And we're back after break time. Now, what we're going to do in Zoom class is we're going to practice using the gerunds. And as I say, there's a little table on your worksheet. You can ask questions to your partner, and it's just using infinitives, and it's just using the gerund form. So it should be super easy, like, do you like cooking? Do you like drinking? Do you like singing? Where do you want to visit this year? These kind of things, and we're just going to ask each other. So that's in Zoom class. For our class here, we're going to go through the grammar. And page 78 is all about the grammar, and it's talking about gerunds acting as the object of a preposition. So words for place, direction, and time, that's the preposition. So for example, I'm afraid of flying. She's bored with cooking. She objects to discussing her feelings. Know the box. It gives you the examples, and the examples are over here. And you can see they're all there. And the idea is if you know them, you can just fill in the blanks like super easy, and you can just figure it out. The prepositions go before the gerund. So we have the verb, we have the preposition, and then we have the gerund form. So the verb with ing. Okay? So I'd like you just to do A, and you know, it looks like A and B. There's part of it here at the bottom and part at the top. So I just want you to go through the pictures and then go through these ones and just fill in the blanks. Just go through it using the correct preposition of place or time, location, these kind of things, and then just put the correct gerund form in. So pause it now. Let's go through it. So the first one, it says he believes in telling. Okay, so believes in telling. Next one, never complains about working. Next one, worry about having to. Next one, he's afraid of flying. Next one, oh, I did it early. She doesn't object to talking. Next one, she's bored with being. Tired of writing. Of taking. Now, some of you might write of, but because we already wrote of here in the first answer and it's connected together, you don't need to write of again. So you could say, she's so tired, she's sick and tired of writing so many long reports and taking exams. They said and. So it connects the sentence, you don't need to say of again. But you can, don't worry, alright? Next one, she's angry about having to, afraid of flying, and the last one, about going, excited about going on vacation. So all of these are the answers. Hopefully you got them all. I know you did. You're doing a great job this semester. And we're on to the reading section. So the reading section is here on page 80. So you can see here on page 80, it says, what can you see? So in the picture, you can see there's a family. You can see there's, genes helix, like DNA. So you can see all of this, and you can see that in the top. And there's a question mark. So this is all about genetics or family. And you can see it's talking about where's our personality from. Is it from our parents who nurture us, take care of us and look after us? Or is it through our genes? And our genes means, DNA and nature. So there's two schools of thought. Nurturing, parents, nature from genes. So what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to read through this, but before you read through it, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. The first question, which school of thought believes that a baby is born without a personality? Number two, which school of thought believes that the personality is inherited? Number three, why is it impossible to settle this debate? And number four, which one do you think influences a person's personality and in what ways? This one is your choice. So I want you to pause me and I want you to try to go through it. If there's something you don't understand, use a dictionary. All right? After this, we're going to do A. So if you know the answers or you do it super quick, do A. But pause me now. Let's go on to the answers. Hopefully you've got them, so let's do it. First one, the nurture school says that a baby is born without personality. Number two, inherited is nature school, right? It's coming from inherited genes. Next one, why is it impossible? Because you can't put people in the lab. It's impossible to know the real answer. So that's why it's a controversy and a debate, because there's no fixed way to do this. Next one, I want you to try to go through, and as I said, this last one is your own answer, so I can't answer that one, but I want you to do A. Where are we going? A. Okay. I want you to do A, and I want you to try to match the words with the correct one. So you have genes, environment, emotions, nature school, nurture school, personality. So pause me now. Okay, let's go through the answers. The first one, genes, C. D, I guess I should read them. So C, the source of traits we inherit. D, the world around us. B, what we feel, such as anger, love, and happiness. F, the belief that genetics determines personality. The belief that learning determines personality in this way, so learning. And the last one has to be A person's usual pattern of behavior. All of these are the right answers. I'm sure you got the right answer. I know you're geniuses. I love you all. So let's go on to the final part. I want you to see, who are you? What are you? So just look at page 81, and you can see there's a little quiz. So are you an introvert or an extrovert? So remember, introvert is like super shy, and like he's all like, you know, here you can see Adam Levine, super shy. Like that's an introvert, somebody who's quiet. Extrovert is very outgoing and loud person. So I'd like you to just take the quiz. So pause me now. Find out what you are. Are you introvert or extrovert, or are you 50-50? And just know the answer. It's just for fun, okay? Alright, and that's it. It's time to go to home, but we're not going home, we're going to Zoom. So if you've looked at this early, we're perfect. If you haven't looked at this, you've looked at it now. But we're going to go to Zoom, and we're going to try and have some conversation. Free conversation, talk about personality, everything together. So that's it for today. Everyone, thank you. I've tried to make it shorter and easier. Hopefully it's better. See you soon. Bye.